Welcome to another episode of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live with your host, myself, Damon, the agent. Welcome back. I've been gone for 2 weeks. Had to take care of some business last week. But as always, I always like to begin my show by talking about the latest world of real estate. But before we begin, can you please follow me on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. You don't stop. Well, people, thank you for joining me again as always. Today's topic is going to be about quick sale versus short sale. Now, people sometimes have some confusion about which one is which, and I just want to give some clarity on those. So, first of all, a quick sale is basically which means someone wants to sell their property fast, quick, so they can hurry up and get money, whether it's due to a divorce, a death in the family, job transfer, or whatever. But a quick sell is actually that. A short sell, which is actually not quick, it's a whole different process. A short sell is basically when the homeowner is selling their house for less than what's owed on the house. And in most cases, the mortgage company of the homeowner must approve the short sale. The reason being is that mortgage company is taking a loss. I mean, they say they're taking a loss, but of course they have insurance, but they're taking a loss because they're not getting back the amount of mortgage that they've lent to that homeowner. So, because there's a process with that, that process is anything but quick or anything but short. Now, the process involved with a short sale, meaning that there are certain things that normally has to be done. Now, with short sales, which different from foreclosures, most short sale properties are often well kept because there are people who are actually still living in the property. A lot of foreclosed homes are neglected or abandoned or destroyed on purpose because some homeowners who have invested time, money, effort, build memories in a home feel as though that when the bank takes it, that they are actually, giving up and losing a lot. So they don't want the next person to actually inherit all that they've invested into it. That's what I actually heard from someone who actually went through a foreclosure. It's an emotional connection with the foreclosure. Now, again, talking about a short sale and everything, like I said, a short sale is also known as a voluntary transaction where a homeowner sells their house for less than the remaining mortgage balance. Basically, the mortgage company has to approve it, and on top of the mortgage have to approve it, there's a process. There's a lengthy process. Sometimes it can take as quickly as 30 days, or it can take anywhere from 6 months to a year, depending on the mortgage company. That process is always going to vary depending on the mortgage company because the mortgage companies have a department that specializes in short sales, foreclosures, and those departments sometimes tend to move slow. And those departments also have a negotiator who is always assigned to the file and to the property that's actually going through the short sale process. Now, the response time on those negotiators varies as well too. They can be quick or they can take forever. But when those negotiators do respond, they normally want something back in a timely manner. Most of the time, negotiators want to see the homeowner's last 3 months bank statements, last 2 years tax return, last 30 days income and W 2. And they also want the homeowner to write a letter to why they are selling the home. Whether it's a military family who's moving because they've been deployed and they have to move, whether it's someone going through a divorce, the mortgage company and the negotiator want to know why you're selling the house. And the reason they want to know that is because, for example, if you owe 500,000 and the houses in your area are selling for 350,000, well, you don't. Most people don't have that 150,000 plus to give to the mortgage company, so they want to know why should they approve the short sale. So that's the reason why you have to explain it in a letter. Sometimes we call it a hardship letter that is also submitted with your package, which includes your last 2 years tax return, last 3 months bank statements, last 30 days income. So the difference between a short sale is basically what I just explained versus a quick sale, which is basically someone looking to sell their home quick. Those are the different definitions of a quick sale versus a short sale. So I hope that you all have clarity when it pertains to a short sale versus a quick sale. So I'm going to come back with my Q&A, my questions and answers. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them. I'll be right back. All right, all right. Again, if you are not following me on all social media platforms, please follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. I greatly appreciate you all for joining me, taking the time out to get and find out the wonderful world of real estate. So before I do my Q&A, I want to do my topic. I'm sorry, my home of the week. Okay, hold on for 1 second. My home of the week is going to include this property right here. This property right here is my home of the week. It is 6922 Aquamarine Court in Capitol Heights, Maryland. They sometimes do call it Fairmont Heights, Maryland. It is a 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 3 level townhouse with a potential 4th bedroom in the basement, which was used as an office, and the office just doesn't have a closet. It has a window, has a nice size. So this is a potentially 4 bedroom home right here. This is an estate sale, so when you see the furniture, all that furniture is leaving unless someone who's interested in buying wants to purchase something out of there, because the things, the items, the furnitures, everything is for sale, but it is gradually also being emptied out. This is at a great price, $355, you all. And for those people who are agents, there is a co-op, the regular standard co-op price. I would just say text me or email me in reference to that. But yes, this property is for sale in a great area. It's right off of MLK, Hill Road, Central Avenue, Addison Road, Sea Pleasant Drive, in that particular area, not too far from 295, not too far from the Beltway. So it is conveniently and centrally located, but this is the house of the week. 6922 Aquamarine Court, Capitol Heights, Maryland. If you're interested, please feel free to send me a message so we can get you into this home. It is vacant and fully available. All right, y'all. That is, and that was the house of the week. So going to my Q&A, which is my questions and answers. Hold on for 1 second. I have a question. First question is, the non-settlement that took place on August 17th, how will we as buyers be able to afford a buyer's agent? The NAR settlement that took place on August 17th, how we as buyer would be able to afford the buyer's agent, I guess, commission. All right, today is August 23rd. For those who don't know, there's a NAR settlement that took place and went effective on last Saturday, August 17th, even though there were changes made to the MLS on what was that? August 14th, which was, I think, last Wednesday or last Thursday. I can't remember right. The date, time is just flying, you all. But yes, as a buyer, that would be something that you would have to actually discuss with your buyer's agent. Many agents are very experienced and creative in with finding resources for buyers. Um, it really won't change anything as long as the buyers is fully able to buy a home, as long as they have their finances in place with their down payment and closing costs. Buyers agent, there are creative ways. I can't answer that directly for you unless you are using me as your buyer's agent. um, I will always say hold a conversation with your buyer's agent and ask them. Now, for a person who's asking me directly, I have my resources to help them with that cost associated that was created for them. But that is always situational. And in many cases, agents can help buyers in certain ways. There's certain things that needs to be done and certain conversations that need to be had. But as a buyer, you do have to discuss that with the buyer's agent as you move forward. Okay, let's see the next question. All right, the next question. When will prices go down? When will prices go down? That's the next question. That is a great question. Here's the thing, and I've always said this for many, many years. The housing market coincides with the economy. If the economy is doing well and people are still buying, prices are not going to go down. It's called supply and demand. Prices only go down when people stop buying anything, and then it's more supplies than it is demand. Then people have to negotiate on prices. But as long as you see construction being built out here, as long as people have to keep moving, in which people are going to always have to keep moving because people grow families, people downsize, people go through divorces, people go through people passing away. Um, People go through so much. It's just so many people that's in the world today. Just like when you go out there on the road and you see so many cars. You're like, where are all these cars coming from? They wanting the same thing about you. And the same thing goes for when you go in the grocery store. All these people, where all these people come from? That because there's more people in the world. So as long as there's more people in this world, and as long as people can afford to buy, prices will not go down. Now, if we were to hit a recession, unfortunately, recessions have been known to have an effect on the housing market where people can't afford to buy a home or anything or even rent anything because they don't have the resources or money. Then of course prices tend to stagger, drop off, fall off. Now here's another thing: depending on which area you are looking in, prices have gone down in some particular areas. Now, example, prices have gone down from last year this time. Now they still may be too high for others, but they're much cheaper than they were a year ago. Now, next week I'm going to be unveiling my new website. My new website has a lot of detailed information. If you click on Washington, D.C., Prince George's County, Fairfax, Virginia, any county in the area, it's going to give you all the information right there. The average sale price, whether the price has gone up, whether the price has gone down. It's going to show you houses in those areas. You also can click on any of the hospitals, schools, grocery stores. Everything's going to be there. And another thing that's going to be on my website is if you want to find out the best restaurants, the best shopping places, the best schools, it's all going to be right there. You just have to click on those icons. But I'm going to unveil that next week so people can check out. But I just say that to say that you can also click on there to see where prices have gone up, where prices have gone down, because some people don't know. And another thing that I'm going to have on my website next week, it's going to be a thing called the neighborhood quiz. The neighborhood quiz is basically if you are in this area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and you're like, oh, it's a nice area, but where should I move to? I don't know where to go to. What area should I stay out of? Well, there's a few questions that you just have to answer, and it's going to direct you to what will be the best fit based off what you answered. Yes, that's also going to be on there. So some people don't know, well, should I move in certain parts of Virginia? Should I move in certain parts of Maryland? Should I move in the city? And if so, which part? All that's going to be at your hands next week, where you could just click on your mouse or whatever. And I want you all's feedback on my website because I put some work into it. I done took the old one down, getting this construction right now. There's a temporary website in place where my name is damontheagent.com. But that one is also going to have a link to that one next week as well, too. I just can't wait to show y'all. But when will prices go down, y'all? As long as people can afford to buy, prices will not go down. As long as the economy is strong, prices will not go down. If we hit a recession, if something happens with the economy, and if people slow down buying, that's going to have an effect on prices. So, and then here's another thing that people have to understand: that even if prices go down, the way that prices have been going up, going down doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go down like the year 2000. No, because you have to understand that since 2020, the price of everything has gone up. Since COVID, the price of housing, rent, grocery, gas, your utilities, everything has gone up in the past 4 years. So even if prices do come down, it may be right around the 2020 price, if that. And for some people, that was still too much. So it's just going to really depend. But I'm not an economist, but I do pay attention to the economy. So I would just say that, um, you know, you can look at the economy and then also see what's going on. Good questions, you all. All right. Do I have any more questions? All right. Nope. I don't have any more questions. I'm going to come back, y'all. My next discussion is going to be about depression. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back. I want to thank you all always for joining me. Um, I want to talk about depression, y'all. The reason I want to talk about this is, unfortunately, I found out over the weekend that there's a buddy of mine who passed away. This buddy who passed away, he actually he actually was depressed. I didn't even realize it, y'all. He's very popular on social media. I'm going to actually show you his picture in a while, but I just wanted to talk about it because a lot of time we as people, especially as men, we deal with so much eternally. We don't seek the help. And then sometimes the people we talk to ain't the right people to talk to. And I just say that too, unless you're seeking professional help, everybody else is just giving you an opinion. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. I say this to say that this person that I'm going to talk about, he was in the area. He was down in Charles County and Waldorf area. He used to work at a furniture store. Um, Even with him working at the furniture store, I used to speak to him every now and then. I went down there a few times. I saw him, and he had beautiful daughters. Like he had some daughters. He's always posting about his daughters, his kids, and everything. Then I know he posted like a couple of months ago that he was just going up and leave, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? So his birthday was July 29th. So when his birthday came, of course, I wished him happy birthday on Facebook. And then he was like, thank you. So during our conversation, pull it up right now, he was like, thanks, bro. And I said, you moved from the area? And his response was, yes, I'm in St. Louis. And I asked him, I said, do you like it? He said, not really, but it has potential. I said, why did you move there then? Because I'm saying if not really you have potential, why did you move? He said, long story, but time will tell. That's what his response. Long story, but time will tell. I said, okay, cool. I hope it all works out for you in the end. And he said, thanks a lot. So I found out like he passed away and I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow. So the person who I asked, she didn't provide any information. I guess she didn't want to disclose it. But then somebody else that I knew who had insight on what was going on, they said that, unfortunately, when he was here in the area, he lost his job because he was drinking. So he moved away to be with his brother and he was depressed. And I said, I wish he would have shared that with me because we all need people. Like as men, we definitely we as men, we deal with so much eternally. We don't share our emotions with nobody. We don't even share with our family. Sometimes you'll see a man walking around and angry. He look like he in a daze. That because he got things on his mind. He trying to figure out stuff. And sometimes he don't want to bother or burden the people around him. And it kind of bothered me because I really wish he would have just talked to me and said what was going on. I can't promise that I can do anything, but I can always be there for a person and I can always share encouraging words. But it really bothered me that he took his life because he was depressed. Because I would have never thought this, y'all. You see him posting about his daughters all the time, his grown daughters. He wasn't a bad looking guy. Um, but it goes to show you never know what people are dealing with. You never know what people are going through. Sometimes people feel like, oh, well, you didn't call me or you didn't text me. But truth be telling, why didn't you call or text them? Because you don't know what anyone is going through. Sometimes people got stuff on their mind. I saw something on Instagram before where the guy, I think his name called Funny Salesman. If y'all don't know him on social media, go to his His name's Funny Salesman. So he knocking on people's door, telling jokes and everything. So he knocked on this one lady door, and she said, "I don't want to buy nothing." So he was just telling jokes, da 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 da, making her laugh. So then he ended up going in the house. Then he asked her, "Can he use the bathroom?" He saw a gun was down. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I see that you got a gun there. I'm not here. I'm not here to steal." He threw a joke in there. So she said, "Yeah, just before you knock, I was getting ready to kill myself because she lost her son in a car accident, and she didn't know how she was going to handle it or move forward. But she felt like God sent him to the door." And I say that to say that people you all haven't spoken to in a while, check on them. People that you think you know what's going on, check on them. It's just like sometimes I've gone to places, and then when I leave places, somebody will text me or inbox me and say, "Hey, you saw me at such and such, you didn't speak." And my response is always, "Why didn't you speak to me? What makes you think that I saw you?" Because sometimes I can look a certain way, and I stand 6'2", 6'3", so I'm looking over a lot of people sometimes. So if a person is 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", whatever, I can look past them and look over them and don't even see them, especially if it's in a room with a whole bunch of people. So I say that to say that if a person can't even see you if you're in the room, and you saying, "Oh, you didn't do this," why didn't you do it? Because depression is real. So many people go through depression because we all want to live a certain life. Money can cause lack of money can cause depression, bills can cause depression, family can cause depression, relationship can cause depression. But the truth be told is nobody's checking on the welfare and people's beings. They're not checking on their soul. They're not checking on their mindset. They're not checking on what's going on eternally with others. We're so caught up in me, how I feel, that a lot of times we don't even hold the conversations with anyone else to see how they feel. People always say, "Why you didn't call me?" Well, you didn't call me. You didn't do this. Just like I feel like a lot of older generation have that mindset. Well, I'm the auntie. I'm the uncle. You should call me. But if you didn't establish that relationship with the nephews and nieces when they were young, then they ain't gonna have with you when they become grown. And the same thing goes to with people in relationships and people who have families. So many people are dealing with so much, y'all. Everybody might look good on social media, but everybody ain't good. A lot of people go through financial struggles from time to time. We all do. What I'm saying? It's called life. And life be lifing with so many people. But the problem is when people pass away, like my buddy here, and I'm going to show his picture real quick, it's hurtful. It's real hurtful because of the fact that, you know, this is not what we was expecting. Wasn't expecting this. I'm sharing this right now. His name is Sean Oliveira. He's a good buddy. As you all can also see, that his funeral is next week, a week from today at 1 p.m. So I'm not going to be on next Friday so I can attend his funeral. I'm just sorry that I wasn't there for him because I guess when he sent that message and said only time would tell, when I said and responded, "Well, I hope it all works out for you in the end," I didn't know a couple of weeks later will actually be the end for him. His birthday was on July 29th. He passed away on August 17th. That's not even 3 weeks. It's kind of funny how you can be here 1 minute and gone the next. It's kind of funny how life has a way of, death has a way of making you reflect on your life and your relationships and what you could have done and what you should have done. It's just bothersome because again, and I'm gonna show pictures of him and his daughters. This is a picture he posted with his daughters. That's his daughters. That's one of his daughters. That's one of his daughters. His daughters. He will always post with his daughters. He loved his daughters because he would always post with his daughter. I'm just mad because I wish Sean would have said what he was going through. We can't read minds, and the sad thing about communication, especially with us men, a lot of times when you ask a man how you doing, what you feeling, we say, "All right, I'm good, okay," but sometimes we don't. I know I've said that plenty of time, and I have 1,000 things on my mind. How I'm going to figure this out, how I'm going to figure that out, what I'm going to do, you know. So I just say that to say that depression is real, y'all. It's real, you know. So many people in your circle, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are doing. You don't know what's going on in people's mind. You know, the only thing I can say is pray for those you don't see, those you care about. Pray that God covers them mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and emotionally. Pray for people, that you haven't spoken to or seen in a while and hoping and wishing that they're well. Pray for people because we don't know the day, time, or hour when we will go or how we will go. I'm pretty sure most of his life, he never thought that he was going to kill himself or commit suicide. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who do commit suicide don't think the same thing, or who even pass away. Just like Robin Williams, the comedian, he was, what do you call it? He killed himself through suicide. Robin Williams, the comedian, and he had all the money in the world. And Steve Jobs, unfortunately, he developed some type of illness and he passed away, which was physical, health wise. And he had all the money in the world. And I say that to say that the two most important things we will ever have on this earth is your sanity and your health. The three most important thing is your family, those who love you, because those who love you are the only ones who looking out for you. Everybody else that you cross path with, or you can go out here and fall down tomorrow. Some people gonna look at you, stare at you. So I'm gonna record it because of social media. Only very few people are gonna actually help. And I say that to say that even those who help, when you're in the hospital, laying in that hospital bed by yourself, how many people are gonna actually visit? Maybe in the beginning, but if you're there for a long time, they're not going to come. So I say that when it pertains to depression, if you're depressed, please seek help. I believe there's a 1-800 number, and I'm going to see if I can Google it right quick. Uh, all right, so here's a 24/7 hotline for people who are depressed. Okay, it's called 844-400-2659. It's a mental health situation. Again, the number is 844-400-2659. If you are depressed, if you are down, if you are emotionally unstable, if you got so much on your mind, please reach out to someone. To all the brothers out there, all the men, I don't care what race you are, if you need to talk, you can reach out to me. And I'm going to put my personal number up here. And I normally don't put my personal number, I only put my business number. Hold on. Just hit it up. That's my personal number. If you want, to all the men who need to talk, you can text me. We can talk. Life has so many problems. Like you all wouldn't understand all the stuff that I've gone through as a man, all the stuff I had to deal with on my own. And I know that some of the things that I've dealt with on my own, if I had somebody there, it would have been a lot easier. And through the grace of God, that's why I'm still here, why I haven't done anything crazy, because there are a lot of things that when you're just thinking by yourself that you want to do. So to all the men who want to vent or need somebody to talk to, please reach out. You can DM me if you don't want to text me or call me. Again, that's my personal number. I'm going to let it go because I got my business number that you all know how to reach me on. But I just want to say this, y'all. Depression is real. And at some point in time, everybody goes through it. And unfortunately, my buddy Sean, he lost his life through depression. So I just want to say next Friday, I will not be here because I'm going to actually attend his funeral. I'll be here 2 weeks after today, which will actually be in September. So I will see you all the first week of September. Please follow me on all social media platforms. I'm going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to Go. Hold on. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So my recap for today is quick sale versus a short sale. A quick sale is actually what it says. It's a sale that needs and the homeowner wants to happen quick because of various reasons. Sometimes because they're going through foreclosure, sometimes because they just need to sell it as soon as possible. But that's a quick sale. A short sale is nothing but quick. It's called the short sale because you're actually shorting the mortgage company that the homeowner owes. And there's a process and procedure we're going through with that actual sale. And I just talked about depression, y'all. Look here. Everyone goes through something. Please reach out to whoever your confidant is. If you don't have a confidant, reach out to somebody. Somebody somewhere is willing to listen, whether it's at your job, at your church, at your school, your friends, your family, everyone. And if you need to reach out to me, please send me a message, text me. I am here to listen to you. Again, I'll be back in 2 weeks because I'm actually going to attend Sean's funeral. Again, I'm going to put Sean's picture back up here real quick, his funeral, and just share this real quick. Again, I want to, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next week, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me, and follow me on all social media platforms.